hello. I hope it's not on a timer thing. So I have car engines because I couldn't think of anything else to do. Car engines, how they work and pros and cons of each car engine so you can make an informed decision on your future vehicle purchase. So first, the car engine is the simple one, the manual. We all know manual, stick shift, right? I'll take that as a yes because I can't see it. But so as you can see, this is the oldest transmission type. This is what Ford came up with ages ago. And what it does, it has a set number of gears. It's kind of like a bike, but you like use a clutch with your foot and you, I don't know if you can see me with my hand motion, but you can do that. And then let's see here. So the pros of a manual transmission, as you can see, has great gas mileage and a personal driving experience, and it has cheap repair because the parts are, as you can see in the photos, relatively simple. You'll see the other ones later. So it's easy to repair. And also, since you have full control of what gear ratios you're using, that gives you the best mileage that you as the driver are capable of, if that makes sense. However, the issue with the manual stick shift is that it's kind of difficult to learn. And when you learn it, people tend to clutch wrong, and that's when people break their transmissions. But fortunately, as I said, they're cheap to repair relatively. So once you learn it, you're set. Now, I imagine most of you drive an automatic vehicle. So the automatic vehicle is a little more complicated. So instead of manually doing the transmission, the computer inside your car decides when to shift and how it's going to shift. So that means that there's a lot more aspects involved that could possibly break. So that's one of the cons of the automatic vehicles. And also because you don't have that aspect of choosing your own gear settings, it typically has worse gas mileage than a manual vehicle. However, it's really easy to learn, and it's just like, go and drive, gas, brake, as you know. So now we have the dual clutch system. Now this is kind of like an automatic vehicle. It's the same concept in that the car computer determines what you're doing. It shifts for you. However, it uses two clutches. So what that does, it has imagine in the photo there, you can see on the left-hand side, it has all the odd gears. And on the right, I suppose, it has all the evens. So that means it shifts left to right instead of just going on one machine. So I suppose what that means, I'll go back to the automatic here. So you can see how there's one shifter and it goes to the 3 rods. So it has to go all the way across to shift gear. However, with this one, it'll start by using the left one. And then instead of having to move the left one again to the next one, it'll use the right one. So you can get faster shifts. So what this does, it will be more fuel efficient than an automatic vehicle. However, not as fuel efficient as a manual. However, it's also more confusing and it takes up way more space. So you can't get as many gears, and it's also going to be way more expensive to fix. So this is definitely not worth it. I think, what year was that? I think like a 2007 Ford Fusion has this, and it was a bust. And lastly, we have the new one, which isn't that new, the continuously variable transmission, which is really cool. So it's kind of like an automatic transmission. However, instead of using actual gears like a bicycle, how it has like the teeth, it uses a belt system. So what that does when how would I say? The belts kind of expand and contract rather than shifting all the time. So that leads to a really smooth acceleration where you don't have those, you don't feel the shifts in gear, if that makes sense. You know how you're driving and you're accelerating and then you go, and it goes into the next gear. It doesn't do that. It's just really smooth. So the pros of this is that you have like an infinite number of gear ratios. So it's super fuel efficient. And also it's not as complicated as a regular automatic. So it's cheaper to fix. However, it doesn't feel like you're driving a car because it's just so freaking smooth. So what they do inside the computer systems, they install, how do they do? They make it feel like it's shifting without actually shifting the vehicle. So it makes it feel more normal to you as the driver, which is, I would recommend this one overall because it's super fuel efficient and simple. That's all I got. Oh, okay, I'm back to Zoom.
Hey.
Yay.
There you go.
Did you drive a car with the CVT recently?
No, I have not, but I'm looking at cars, and a lot of the ones I'm looking at, I check the transmission because I don't want to deal with a manual, which is one of the cons, is that you have to like work for it and you can't eat and drive at the same time, you know? So that's what my life's about. So the ones I'm looking at, and they all say CVT, and I had no clue what that was. So I did my research, and it's pretty cool. I'd love to try one, but no, I haven't actually had one.